You know I love you down, but I can't miss you if you're always around. Yeah. You know I love you down, but I can't miss you if you're always around.
Hello. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. If you like what we discuss, either in this video, any other video that you see on my channel, hit the like button, share, comment, and please subscribe. It's free. Anyway, just to get right into it, I'm reviewing the TV series or Netflix series, She's Gotta Have It. It was season 2, which I was really looking forward to. I enjoyed season 1 with Nola Darling. I like that this season expounded more on her work than her extracurricular activities. I think that the first season was, I guess, us getting to know Nola, which was cool. And I think it was giving us like a different view of like somebody that we probably would be like, oh, she a hoe, she smashing 3 different people at the same time, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, it's her life. Like, I put myself in a position to like, what if she was my friend? Would I look at her as a hoe? Would I just accept Nola for who she is? And at the end of the day, if she was a friend of mine, I would just accept her for who she is. I think that sometimes we're too quick to put labels on people, and I like that this show gives us a different perspective. So it's not as easy to label somebody. And I'm sure somebody's still like, nah, she just a hoe. Like, whatever. That's fine. That's your prerogative. But I like that it just gives you a different perspective. Like, Nola is an artist. Nola is expressive. Nola doesn't like labels. She just wants to be free to be who she is, however that is. So that was the first season in us seeing that Nola was not monogamous. She enjoyed different people for different reasons, and she was honest with that. They all knew that they was not the only one, so, you know, whatever. But then we have this season 2, and it starts off with Nola in a monogamous relationship, you know, and I thought that that was interesting, you know, because there's always that one person that makes you change, or that one person that is enough, you know. Excuse me. I really hate that she got her heart broken, and I felt her because I've been there. You know, you give your all to a person, or you try your best to change for someone or to be who you think that they need you to be, and then they just chunk you to deuces, you know, for whatever reason. It's not, you know, negotiable. It's not workable for them or whatever. So like in the show, spoiler alert, I need to put that somewhere, because if you haven't watched it, then anyway. So in season 1, Nola had the 3 dudes. Jamie, y'all know I'm horrible with names, but I'm gonna try this. Jamie, Mars, and Greer. Haha. I got it. Jamie, Mars, and Greer. And then later on, a little later, she had this thing with Opal, the lady, her lady friend. And so it didn't last with Opal, but, you know, she had that thing going on. And so this season pops on, and she's in a monogamous relationship with Opal. You know, she's in love with Opal. You know, she legit, like, has a family, because, you know, Opal has a daughter. I think her daughter is so pretty. So Oprah has a daughter, so automatically when you're in a relationship with someone who has children, that becomes a part of your life. And I like the way that Nova was, she kind of balanced it out. Like, you know, you have Opal, who was too serious all the time. Like, for example, the scene where Nola and the daughter were trying to take pictures with Opal, and Opal, like, spazzed out. I'm just like, I was waiting on them to tell us why she spazzed out, like, what was the issue, but it never really broke down what her issue was. I didn't get that scene at all. Opal was just really tripping to me. So You have the way too serious one, and then you have the one who probably isn't serious enough. That, to me, in itself, in a relationship, will balance itself out. Mind you, sometimes the too serious one will get on, the other one's not. You're gonna clash at times, but if you choose to make that work, you could, because it balances itself out. A person that's too serious all the time needs someone to lighten up their environment sometimes, and vice versa. The person who is kind of free, all the time, not serious enough, needs structure. Sometimes you need structure. Well, me personally, I need structure. I need structure, period. But I thought that initially that was a good pairing, but I could tell that it was gonna go south, because Oprah was, ma'am, you can't be in control all the time. Like, that's just life. Like, even if she by herself, things are gonna go astray. Things are gonna go contrary to what you planned. That's just life. You cannot, what you gonna do, throw rocks at life? Like, you gotta learn how to roll with the punches, as they say. Like, you can't be so when things, go wrong, because that in itself would break you down. Like, you have to learn how to, okay, that came out of nowhere. Now, how do I rearrange to get back on the path? It took me a long time personally to get that life throws you lemons, life throws you hardballs, whatever, but you can't stay in that moment and let it defeat you, because first of all, you're wasting time. Okay, this is something I had to learn. First of all, you're wasting time being depressed about something you can't do nothing about. Okay, you're wasting time. You're losing energy. You're sick, because being worried and stressed out causes you to be sick. You're sick over something that you can't change or do anything about. Am I saying ignore it? No, I'm not saying ignore it. I'm saying soak it in, and then figure out what you're going to do about it. You know what I'm saying? Soak it in. If there's nothing you can do about it, then you just have to move on and find a way around it, or whatever the situation is, because wallowing takes up too much time and energy. You are losing time and energy to be great, to go out here and do whatever it is that you need to do to counteract whatever just happened to you. Anyway, back to the show. I did not like the scene where Jamie's wife came at Nola, because it's just like, at the end of the day, ma'am, first of all, let me just say, I hate when a woman finds out that her dude is cheating and she gets mad at the woman. That woman didn't make no vows to you. That woman didn't promise to love and cherish you. She did not have a baby with you. She didn't do none of that with you. She don't even know you, ma'am. So at the end of the day, the one person that you should not be, coming at is the other woman. Whether she knew about you or not, that's just me. Because if she didn't know about you, she's just as taken as you are. If she did know about you, she still didn't wrong you. And I say that because she don't know you. She ain't your homie. She ain't your homegirl. She don't know you. So she didn't wrong you. Your husband wronged you. Your husband hurt you. Your husband is who all that energy needs to go towards. Am I saying you should be completely happy with this woman? Like, oh, hey, girl. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the verbal attack that she gave Nola and was literally ready to fight her was unnecessary. And it looked bad on her, to me, in my opinion. I know some women out there like, yeah, get that chick, get her, whatever. That's just stupid, okay? That's stupid, and it's unproductive, and it's a waste of time. Because at the end of the day, like I just said, that woman she didn't marry you. She didn't ask you to marry her. She didn't make no promises, no vows to you. She don't have no obligation to you. And she could not have slept with your husband unless your husband slept with her. Hello? Okay? So your husband is the one in the wrong. Your husband is who all the blame needs to go to. Not to Nola or whoever it is that slept with your husband. Now, if it's your homegirl, your cousin, your sister, somebody like that who you actually have a relationship with, who you actually know, who wronged you, I wouldn't even say no, because acquaintances, but they don't owe you anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. But I'm a different breed. Let me just put that out there too. I'm a totally different. My way of thinking is different from a lot of women. I'm not very confrontational, first of all. But I can handle myself if confrontation comes to me. But I just look at things a lot different than most people. Like, I'm just not finna just be all up in somebody's face because you slept with somebody who I'm in a relationship with. Because first of all, I'm not in a relationship with you. So you didn't do anything to me. The person who I'm in a relationship did, but you didn't. That's just the way I think. I think if a lot more people thought that way, I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, I did not like that part. I love how Nola handled herself, because at the end of the day, you thinking that you just finna step to me, ma'am. I can handle myself, so I'm gonna let you say what you gotta say. But when it comes to putting hands on somebody, best believe it ain't gonna go easy for you. So even when Nola talked to Opal's daughter, I can't think of Opal's daughter's name right now, but when Nola talked to her, I liked that she was honest with her, because at the end of the day, kids should stay in a kid's place, but it's certain things. If you ask me point blank, I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna find the best way to answer. And just like the little girl said, it's an unpleasant answer, but it's not something that you cannot answer. So when she answered it, because this is the thing, when you tell the truth, I'm able to absorb it and handle it. But when you lie and then I find out later that that's not the truth, then I'm looking at you sideways even more, because you can't even own up to your stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm a huge advocate for honesty. I always have been. I've always been very blunt, but I'm a lot better than I used to be. My BC days, before Christ days, I could care less about your feelings. I said what I said. But I don't operate that way anymore. You know, I'm not out here to harm anyone with my words. So I'm more careful about what I say as far as the bluntness. But I'm still me. I'm still honest. I'm still, you ask me a question, you're going to get the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I like that Nola was honest with the girl or whatever. Mars and Cleo, what's her name? I can't think of her name. I don't really like her as Nola's friend, first of all, because she's one of those people who self-preserves, and she's good. She's cool with Nola until it comes to a point where it's me versus you. First of all, in a real friendship, it'll never be me versus you. It'll always be us against the world. That's the way I look at it. First of all, I have very few friends. I have maybe 2 close friends. And if ever a situation came between, okay, you can have this, but you got to turn on your friends. No, it's us against the world, not me against you. So I don't like that she has that mentality. Like, somebody can come in and actually make her turn on her friend or do something shady to her friend. Like, especially a man. Let's be clear. She had this dude that she secretly smashing. He her boss or something. I think he was supposed to be her boss. Pause. Never give a man that much power over you, okay? When somebody wants to buy something for you, because apparently this man bought her business. Your business is your livelihood. Your business is your creation. Like me, I'm a business owner. I'm not going to give anybody enough power in my business to where they can take it away from me. I work too hard already for that, okay? And I like the feeling of it's something that I created, something that I control, something that I produce. So if I meet a man and he a millionaire or whatever, how much money he got, and he goes, I really want to invest in your business because I'm with you or whatever the case may be, I'm not saying I'm going to turn it down. This is what I'm saying. You have to be smart about these things, because, of course, we're in business for progression. We're in business to grow. We're in business for financial gain. We're in business for whatever reason, and all those reasons. But when someone does something like that for you, you make sure that you're covered to the point where there's nothing that they can do to ever take it from you. So I feel like, as smart as Cleo, whatever her name is, as smart as she seems to be, she wasn't very bright, because for him to be able to just come and take her business, like that, she didn't cover her bases somewhere. That's all I'm saying. And you gave this man way too much power, because also he was telling her that she needs to shut her friend Nola down. Well, Nola's not wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I think also that relationship spoke to color boundaries. You know, I'm not opposed to interracial relationships. Sometimes I even thinking about myself, I'm like, okay, I'm open to it. But then I think about how much of a activist I am mentally. You know what I mean? Like, I study Black history for a hobby. I just enjoy it. I like being aware of what's happening to my people. So I personally don't see myself being with someone of another race, specifically a white man, because I don't feel like you get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm engrossed in something that I'm studying, I like to share it. You know what I'm saying? So let's just say I was hypothetically married to a white guy. I'm studying something that happened in my history, or like, I think my most recent studies have been the Black Panther movement. I'm studying the Black Panther movement. I'm sharing something with you, and you see them as vigilantes or terrorists, is what the government called them. And that could be a problem, because it's hard for you to understand something that doesn't affect you. That's my opinion. It shouldn't be, because sometimes you should be able to put yourself in other people's shoes. But this country has proved for a very long time that it is hard for them to put themselves in our shoes. You know, especially today's day and age, they feel like we're privileged and we should let go of the past, especially since it didn't specifically happen to us. But it's still happening. Like, during the Black Panther movement, come on, I'm finna drop a little Black history on y'all. During the Black Panther movement, the drive for the Black Panther movement was police brutality against Black men. We're still seeing that. Police brutality against Black men, Black women, Black people, period. Because of the color of our skin, you want to attack us. You want to kill us. How many cases have we seen where a Black man, Black woman was shot and killed by the police unarmed? It's 2019. It's still happening. Okay? So, for those reasons, I personally don't see myself being in an interracial relationship. I am so Black. Like, I love who I am. I love my people. I think that we're strong. I think that we're beautiful. I think that we are powerful. And we empower each other when we choose to do so. We don't always, but when we choose to do so, we are a force to be reckoned with. Back to the show, I think that is something that I enjoyed about this season, because Nola's art expounded on a lot of history. She talked a lot about Zora Neale Hurston. As a writer, I'm an avid reader. And these are things that I've read, I've studied, and these are people that I've read and I've studied, and I've watched their work, and I've tried to find ways to implement it in my own. I'm actually working on a book series right now, and one of my characters is a lot like me as far as her activism. She expounds on our history, you know, in her work, and she is driven by just Black power and empowerment, period. So Nola's art was something I wish that I could actually go and look at and see. I think that it was just beautiful. When she did her art show, her solo art show, on the last 2 episodes, I think it was like the last 2 episodes, she had a behind the curtain piece that we anticipated to see, right? So you're seeing different people's reactions to whatever's behind the curtain. Some people are very angry about it. Some people are very moved by it. Some people are like, It was powerful. It was beautiful. When they finally showed the piece, I paused the TV. I paused it a minute because, first of all, I just saw a strong black woman being attacked, right? That's the first thing I see in her piece. A strong black woman being attacked by America, by her own heritage. That piece was dope. Like, when I say by her own heritage, there are so many things about or in this world of being black that we put on ourselves. Unfortunately, we attack each other. Colorism is very real. I personally experience it often, either in a jokingly manner or however, because I'm light-skinned, I've been called white, I've been called, or what do you mix with, or whatever. Why do I have to be mixed? I hate for someone to tell me, oh, you're so pretty. What do you mix with? Come again? Why do I have to be mixed to be pretty? No, I'm not mixed. I'm black and I'm beautiful. I have Indian in my family, but for someone to ask me, what am I mixed with? I'm black, and I'm black, and I'm proud, okay? So colorism is an issue. So the part of her portrait where her noose was made out of her braids, to me, that spoke to being attacked from your own heritage. The flag, represented, and I'm only speaking from my point of view, represented being in America, but not being an American. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like as black people, we are here. We were brought here, so we're here. But if we were Americans, truly Americans, everything would be equal. Not just by word, but also by deed. And it just isn't, Her nudity spoke to how men feel like we should be. You know what I mean? Like, you x-ray us, you feel like you can do whatever you want to do to women. Not all men feel this way, but a lot of men do. Unfortunately, the rapists in this world, and the fact that there's not enough justice for rape victims. Even if someone goes to jail for being convicted of rape, their sentence is like 5 to 7 years. What is that? When we have a lifetime of trauma that we have to deal with and overcome. When I say we, because as I've said previously in other videos, I am a victim of being molested as a child and even date raped as an adult. So where's these are things that you struggle with for the rest of your life, and someone just gets a couple of years, a slap on the wrist, don't you do that anymore. What? So I if I could literally buy that piece, I would. That's a dope piece. Like, I love the piece, but I also like the controversy that they showed, because one person's freedom of expression is another person's, oh, I feel like you set us back and this and that. And, everybody's open to, to their opinion. So I thought that this season was interesting. I also wanted to speak on her breakup with Opal. I like how they didn't just show her get over it, because when you love somebody, it takes something from you for them to just walk away from you like you never had anything or whatever the situation may be. So I like the way that they showed she literally needed some time. She literally needed some, she didn't just get over like it was nothing. So I like that, because I think sometimes in shows and movies or whatever, they'll just brush it under the rug like, oh, you just move on to the next. And it doesn't work out like that in real life, okay? So if I missed something in this season 2 of She's Gotta Have It that stood out to you, Leave it in the comment section. I really can't even discuss everything. I'm trying to think of anything else. I like the Puerto Rico trip. The conversation that Nola had with Mars' mom, for her to go deeper. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you need somebody on the outside to be transparent with you and to tell you that your work is good, that what you're doing is good, but dig deeper. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the people around you can't really see that you're stumbling or that you're struggling. So I thought that was really dope. I took that personally. So I enjoyed that. So I think that's about it for me. So again, leave in the comment section if I missed something that stood out to you, or if you want to expound on something that I said in this video, drop it in the comment section. We'll talk about it. Until next time, wait. Did you subscribe? Go on over there and subscribe, sis, bruh, whatever. It's free. Just tap that subscribe button and also tap the notification bell so that every time I upload a new video, you'll get notified. So, until next time, I holla.
You know I love you down, but I can't miss you if you're always around.